I'm Khanya, and we are celebrating Africa Day today on the 25th of May in the Eastern Cape. Today, I've teamed up with Nelson Mandela University to bring you guys some of my favorite African recipes, which I've put my own personal spin on. We also acknowledge the African Union in their fight against colonialism and apartheid on this day. On this day, we observe the challenges still faced by Africans. I'm going to be preparing Umfino. The word Umfino refers to the collective of dark leafy greens, mainly amaranth, which is a weed that can be found on pavements and pretty much everywhere you walk in the Eastern Cape. But for the benefit of you guys at home, we're going to be using spinach, and we're going to be zeroing in on the easier ingredients that you can find in supermarkets. So today, I'm going to be making umfino wam using spinach, celery leaves, cabbage, potatoes, onions, and garlic. One of the great benefits of dark leafy greens in your diet are that they are an amazing source of fiber, and they're like a tremendous source of vitamins A, C, and K, and also minerals, iron, and calcium. And you can seriously make this dish your own. The ratio of potatoes to pap to cabbage are pretty much ones that you can decide on by yourself. Don't worry if you don't remember all those ingredients right away, because you can find those on the Nelson Mandela University website as well as on all social media platforms. Traditionally, this dish was viewed as an inferior dish eaten by women because men believed, or Xhosa men believed, that it made them weak. But now that myth has kind of been abolished, and it's just a dish that's enjoyed in many households all over the Eastern Cape. So umfino is like one of my favorite things of all time to eat. I can compare it with so many dishes all over the world. In Scotland or Ireland, I can compare it to kalkanon. It's kind of a potatoey, mealy, really hearty kind of a wintry dish, but can be eaten any time of year. And it's just really one of those all-inclusive dishes where you can throw in anything, and a great dish for a final fridge forage of the month. So this is the type of dish that can be really, really well enjoyed as a delicious braai side, or it could just be enjoyed as a dish all on its own. And the great thing about it is that it's naturally vegan, so you don't even have to wonder about what's all in it, because it's definitely a plant-based dish from beginning to end. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start chopping up the spinach. Okay, so you want to get it nice and finely chopped so that it cooks really, really quickly, almost like a chiffonade. All right, just want to grab those uncut pieces and put them together. This doesn't require that much of a skill level, but... And then you want to do the same thing with your cabbage. So we're going to use around the same ratio of cabbage to spinach. Okay. I usually just section it out like this into pages. So, all right. The same thing is going to be done to the onions. I'm going to slice the onions up. You've kind of got a 1-to-1 ratio. And we want to keep this a vegetable-rich dish as far as we possibly can. All right. We have got some celery leaves, which are my favorite, and add a natural element of saltiness into the dish. Amazing. Cool, so we've got this. Now all we need to do is add some garlic. I love garlic, so I'm doing 3 cloves. But you can just do 1 or 2 if you want a milder flavor. So what I do is I just squash the cloves just so that I can take the peels and just discard them, just like that. Okay, I think we're gonna do 2. There you go. And it also makes it just easier to just mince the garlic and make it a lot finer. There you go. This is a very rustic dish, so there's really no need to cut anything perfectly because everything just kind of wilts together. And there's really no need to worry. There we go, vegetables prepped. So we're gonna turn the stove on to a pretty high heat. And then we're gonna just put a generous glug of vegetable oil in there. Okay, there we go. And once we've got our pan pretty hot, we can add all these ingredients in and then just sort of do a saute. Okay, there you go. So we kind of chuck everything in at the same time. And the wilting and the, and the discoloration of the spinach or the greens it's unavoidable. This is not one of those perfect dishes that photographs beautifully, but it tastes beautifully. Okay. So you just got to have a nice little spoon handy. And then saute and make sure the onions and the garlic are softening. And get a nice fragrance in the air. See. Then you add your preferred vegetable seasoning, just to give it a pop of flavor. But really just keep it mild and neutral, not too hectic. Alrighty, so these are getting along really, really nicely. And the onions are softening up and it just looks really beautiful. So to this, I'm adding some diced cooked potatoes. Make sure they're cooked, guys. I'm just gonna make life so much easier when you've got those potatoes cooked. Alrighty. Now that's a party. So this is the pap that I cooked earlier, along with our fried vegetables, and we're gonna combine that to create our Umfino dish. Alrighty. There we go. Now to combine it and create one dish where there were two. I feel like serving this with anything else would be too much. This is perfect on its own. So like I said before, this is a very rustic dish. It's not the type of thing that you're probably going to Instagram, but you should, because this is the type of food knowledge that we have to share. And this is food heritage, which is really, really, really important. Now it's time for us to eat. So this is our cooked Umfino dish and my mouth is watering already. As you can see, super rustic, but this is gonna go down, you guys. This is super delicious. And now I just wanna do a young serving suggestion for everyone to sort of understand how this dish is best served. You don't have to dish up this much. But because Xhosa people and meat are like this, I had to make a stew. So that's how we're going to be serving our Umfino today. So we've prepared a lovely, lovely beef stew with plenty of sauce and delicious bones and meat. And it's just really a party in your mouth. Amazing. I expect that about 4 people can eat here, or, you know, 1. It's up to you. And there you have it. Umfino, Khanya style.